quarterback Chris Ruhnke, and senior defensive lineman Keaton Smith.
Can you give us a brief statement about the game and we'll ask you questions?
Obviously, the game got a little bit out of hand for us. It kind of happens sometimes in number, running quick like that. A great team. Hats off to Jackson. I thought they had a very good game plan. Their offensive line is good, and it kept us from getting some things that we wanted to do on defense, and then we had a few miscues on offense that maybe would have helped keep the game a little bit different. But I thought overall Jackson had a tremendous game plan and did a very good job of executing against us.
Coach, this is a tough second straight ending to the season for you guys, but at the same time, this is the second most successful 4-year run probably that the program's ever had. How are you going to try to balance that out with these guys and let them know, how they've kind of, again, re-upped the expectations?
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, it's high school, so it resets itself every year. The senior class has obviously had a tremendous run. I felt like we've gone through a lot of adversity, and they've done a very good job of being successful. We've had a lot of games that we've gone up against that maybe weren't expected to win and come in and did it, or put ourselves in spots that were not great, and we were able to come out of it. My kids have tremendous character. They're an unbelievable class. It's going to be weird not seeing them like it is every year, but especially these guys, there's a lot of, they're just really, really great kids. I do feel that they're going to be successful though as well. And one of the reasons that we do this job is not just to win and lose and all that, it's also to help develop these guys into being a next level success. These two especially, but I've got a whole team of them, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
What's been different than the last 4 years? What has made the difference that has put these groups over the top to make the deep playoff runs that maybe some other talented teams, didn't?
I think we purposely do a good job of culture. I think we purposely do a good job of helping develop the individual as well as the athlete. Expectations do a lot. When the group ahead of you does something well, you want to match it. And again, we're talking about great kids, a great community that has high expectations in themselves every day. So we're talking excellent students that just move that onto the game. And if you looked up high school athlete, student athlete in a dictionary or something, these two guys would be on it. I would have a whole group of them as well. So you do what you do every year. You regroup, you go over what we could do better. You implement it, and hopefully those expectations continue to stay there.
Chris, what was the fight like late to maybe get some points on the board, especially considering how it went last year? Was that one thing that you guys were trying to avoid on that last drive, was avoid another shutout?
Yeah, towards the end of the game, I think whenever we know it's too far out of hand, all its offense guys knew it was kind of more playing for our own pride.
Coach, you had them 7-0 at the end of the first quarter after. By the way, I'm Tom Davis with Southeast Missouri. Thank you for your time earlier this week. They scored on that second play just like they did against Fort Zumwalt North. But you guys regrouped and really contained them for the rest of that quarter. Did you feel somewhat positive at the end of the first quarter when they only had 7 points and they were averaging 56 on the year? So.
Yeah, I mean, if you really look at the offense, what they do, they get people out of position. They do a great job with their formations. They do a great job with their shifting. And what they do with it is, if one person makes a mistake, there's no one else there. And because of all the different movement that they do, we got hit on the second one, and they scored. Once we started playing a little bit and kind of felt the tempo of the game, the speed of the game, kind of get familiar with the kids that are there. I mean, we were able to kind of stay in there and get some stuff done. And credit to their defense. They were able to make enough plays to keep us from making pressure to them, which, if there's no pressure, then it's pretty easy to call offense.
Keaton getting that stop after the first, I think it was a turnover maybe, they were deep, and you got the goal line stand, forced them into a 4th and 20. Was the defense feeling pretty good at that point because you've seen at different times this year how one stop can kind of get the offense going?
Yeah, we were feeling pretty good and pretty hyped because, you know, against an offense like Jackson's, coming up with a big stop like that on our own side of the field is huge. So at that point we were feeling pretty good. We came back to the sideline, just got to keep chopping wood. They just eventually throughout the game they just kind of outlasted us. They just kept the pressure on. We couldn't keep up with it.
Chris, did it feel like just little things were off too? You know, Colby has a big drop early. You know, it just seemed like there were opportunities there early, and it just didn't quite click for you.
Yeah, and I think that's what we talk about in practice a lot is we have to do the little things right. And it just seems like today we couldn't do the little things right.
And this defense has been tested like this before, where they've had, you know, the halftime at Grain Valley sticks out, and they've always been able to come up with it. Was there anything you felt like Jackson did maybe differently than some of these other teams that allowed them to kind of put this one away and pull away?
Well, they didn't make any errors. You know, they did a good job there. Usually with all of our second half comebacks and whatnot, we're putting pressure on them also. I mean, the mental pressure. You know, this game's a game of momentum. It is, and any way you look at it. And so, you know, they had momentum early. We had a chance to kind of put a stop to that and match it. It didn't. It didn't happen, and we just were never really able to get a grasp on it.
Chris, what are you going to miss most about this team? You're somebody that's going to get more chances to take more snaps at the next level. Not everybody is. So what are you going to miss most about this team and what you guys have been able to do these last couple of years?
Obviously just the Friday night lights, but I think the biggest thing is being able to play with the group of guys, the group of seniors that's in my class, and then these coaches have been great to me through my 4 years.
Keaton, I can kind of see a familiar look on everybody's face too. Does this feel hauntingly familiar kind of to last year and the immediate aftermath of this? Is it a little bit of that deja vu of Webb City last year?
I mean, yeah, for sure. You know, it's obviously disappointing. You don't want your season to go out like that. You want to go out on top. But I'm still pretty happy with the way our season ended, considering we weren't even supposed to really have a season this year. Making it all the way to the state championship in Class 5 the first year you're in Class 5 is huge. So I wouldn't really say it's deja vu because we weren't as shell-shocked, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's tough.
And like you said, nothing was guaranteed this season, and then you guys wait, you find out that you're going to be, you know, Class 5, you come up with an undefeated conference championship, you get the #1 seed in districts, you knock off, you know, some ranked teams along the way. Is that what it's going to be maybe hard to, you know, take the disappointment but also realize again what the successes that came along the way with it?
Yeah, you know, like you said, taking off ranked teams, you know, we worked so hard to get here. We wanted to finish on top, but like I said earlier, it's disappointing, but I'm still pretty proud of this team and what we were able to accomplish this year.
Going back.
Congratulations on a great team.
Thank you.